We Make Future 2022 with us, Linda Sarsour. Welcome and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Linda is an activist and movement, I would say?
A movement leader and executive director of Empower Change.
Executive Director, Empower Change, sorry. Linda, 2017, Women's March. In which way it started and what was the message and the purpose you had?
The 2017 March was a response to rising fascism and the 2016 elections, which unfortunately led to the rise of Donald Trump. And the rise of Donald Trump was the rise of fascism, of xenophobia in America, of anti-black racism. And so the message of the march was to empower women. Women are 50% of the world, and so it was an opportunity to show women's leadership, to send a message to the rest of the world that we are anti-fascist, that we are pro-immigrant, that we are pro-women, that we are pro-families, that we are pro-justice and equality. And it was a very powerful march that extended beyond the United States. We had multiple marches, and Women's March Italia was very powerful here too. We had it in almost every country in the world. In every continent, there were marches that were happening that also were declaring pro-human rights and anti-fascism.
In which way has the U.S. changed after 5 years of Trumpism?
Unfortunately, the racism and xenophobia we found from Donald Trump was there before Donald Trump. And it's still there after Donald Trump. In fact, many of the values and many of the positions that Donald Trump was exposing publicly had existed in the United States since the days of its founding, and now these people are very emboldened, and unfortunately they are showing influence in politics, in elections. These are people who are sometimes our police commissioners, they are sometimes leaders of corporations, and so it is very dangerous and scary in the United States to see where politics is shifting towards more pro kind of, anti-democratic values.
Hashtags are temporary, but knowledge is not temporary. This is a sentence you made. Can you please explain it?
The digital world is a very important place for us to have important discussions about major issues. And hashtags are temporary. Sometimes you see them trending, about some topic. But the knowledge that comes behind the digital experience of creating conversation is forever. So when I see a hashtag coming out of Italy or coming out of Sudan or coming out around climate change or around immigration, it is a learning opportunity. So sometimes people will say, we are not this is the hashtag generation, dismiss us because, we're younger activists using social media, but we're actually using social media to create education and to connect people across the world. And so that's why I say the hashtags are temporary, but the knowledge created is forever.
So we make future. Let's try to build it together. How?
We make future is because you and I are the future, and the future has to be a commitment to justice, to climate justice, to racial and economic justice, and we're going to do that together by showing solidarity, by standing with people around the world, by joining our voices with others, by engaging in elections, making sure that we go to the ballot box and vote for people who stand with our communities, who stand for justice, by supporting activists. This is a hard job. And many activists in many countries, they sacrifice their families, their careers to do the right thing. So let's support our activists in our respective countries.
Thank you, Linda, for your emotional words, and hope to have you in the We Make Future 2023 maybe, and let's try to build the future together. We Make Future.
Yes,
Thank you.
We Make Future 2022.
Have a good festival.